Geometry, Section 1.1, Points, Lines, and Planes. The objectives in this section are to name points, lines, and planes, name segments and rays, and sketch intersections of lines and planes. In geometry, the word point, line, and plane are undefined terms. These words do not have formal definitions, but there is agreement about what they represent. A point is a geometric figure that represents a location in a plane. Points have no dimension, so technically you cannot see a point. This means a point has no length, width, or height. We use a dot to represent a point, and points are named using capital letters. The image shows a point A and a point B. The points bring your attention to a location on your computer screen. Remember, a point is a location. A line is a geometric figure that represents a straight path that extends indefinitely in opposite directions. Lines consist of an infinite collection of points. Since lines extend infinitely, they are not measurable. Lines have one dimension and cannot be seen. We represent lines using a straight edge with arrowheads at each end. Through any 2 points, there exists exactly one line. You can use any 2 points on a line to name it, or lines may be named using a lowercase letter. The image shows a line M and a line XY. A plane is a geometric figure that represents a flat surface. It has 2 dimensions, so planes can be seen. Planes are often represented by a parallelogram, but it is understood that its edges extend indefinitely. Planes are named by a script or italicized capital letter, or by 3 non-collinear points. Through any 3 non-collinear points, there exists exactly one plane. The image shows a plane that can be named either plane P or plane ABC. In geometry, figures that can be described using previously discussed figures are called defined terms. Consider the pyramid shown here. Does it consist of points, line segments, and flat surfaces? Then it is made up of previously defined figures and can be defined using such terms. A line segment is a finite portion of a line consisting of 2 endpoints and all points in between. Here in the image you see segment XY is a part of line XY. Since a line segment is finite, this means that it is measurable. Line segments are named using the 2 endpoints with a bar overhead, such as segment XY. Notice the difference in notation between line XY and segment XY. Line XY has arrowheads at each end of the overhead bar, and segment XY does not. The segment shown here may be named XY or YX. They are the same, therefore naming a segment is commutative. XY is equivalent to YX. A ray is a portion of a line that starts at one point and extends indefinitely in the direction of a second point. The image depicts a ray, JK, which is denoted by an overhead arrow starting at J and extending in the direction of K. You cannot change the order of the letters when naming a ray. Ray KJ would be incorrect. Opposite rays can be identified when 3 points lie on a line as in the image shown. Given that Q, R, and S are collinear points, then we can say that ray RQ and ray RS extend precisely in opposite directions. Ray RQ and ray RS are opposite rays. It is possible to have connected rays that are not opposite rays. They have a common endpoint, but the points are not collinear. In fact, rays that have common endpoint and extend in different directions form an angle. Ray YX and ray YZ form angle XYZ. Sketching intersecting lines. Step 1, draw your first line, and let's label it J. Step 2, we will draw a second line that passes through line J, and we will label this line K. Next, draw a point where the two lines cross paths. This is the intersection point. Two lines with different slopes will intersect at exactly one point. Sketching intersecting planes. Step 1, draw a vertical plane and label it Q. Next, we will draw a dashed line through the middle of the plane where the horizontal plane will intersect. Now draw a second horizontal plane and label it plane P. Let's erase part of the first plane that should not be visible after drawing the second plane. Draw a line that represents the intersection of these two planes. Be sure to extend it beyond the drawing of the planes and draw arrowheads on each end. Label it line M. The intersection of two distinct planes is a line, not a line segment. Therefore, the arrowheads are necessary.